welcome back to our Freedom Groups vlog. It's wonderful to be together again. I'm David, one of the pastors here at Freedom Church, and John is with us. He's our lead pastor.
Hi, good to see you.
And James is also with us, one of our other pastors. Hi, James. You've been getting to know Gilbert during this period of lockdown. How are you getting on now?
Yeah, hi everyone. Hi from both Gilbert and I. Again, we've on our connection, and as you heard, we've all got job titles, so we're trying to give Gilbert a job title, pastoral oversight, or the bull that always tries, something like that.
So that's up in the air at the moment, really, then?
Well, it's very well done, John. It's very well done. I'm very pleased with that.
I think you might be watching too much Tom Hanks in Castaway, James, at the moment, but at least you're finding ways to fill your time, which is wonderful. And we're going to be joined by a fourth person in this video, Janice, who's a member of Freedom Church here, and John is going to ask her a few questions.
Thank you. It's my privilege to interview Janice. Welcome, Janice. You've been a consultant now working in hospitals for 12 years. And I just wondered, what's your experience right now?
So I'm a consultant radiologist. So I work in the imaging department, which is all of the CT, MRI, and any imaging process that happens. And it's pretty fair to say we've not known anything like this. And so it's very new, it's very uncertain, it's quite frightening for some. Here in Bristol, we're in a slightly unusual situation in that we are behind the curve of what's been happening in other places, such as London, Birmingham, and even Newport. So we're still very much in a lull position. We are coping very well with the patients we have. We have capacity. We have time to prepare more. But it's a very unsettling time because we're waiting for something to happen. And we know it's imminent, but for us, the upswing hasn't happened just yet.
So how do you cope personally in this difficult environment?
One of the things we're doing in the hospital is obviously rationalising our current day-to-day work and removing things that can safely wait or be delayed. And I think I kind of cope that way too. I think I weigh up what's in my mind and my head, and am I anxious and fretting about possibilities that are as yet unknown? And sometimes I just have to bring it back to the here and now and think, well, what can I do right here, right now? And one of the, as well as preparing for capacity for patient care that we're doing, one of the other things we're doing is setting up small groups to look after one another well-being. That we're meeting on a weekly basis, and yeah, just putting in place things that will look after one another when things get more frantic.
The lockdown has affected families right across the board, and some families have been separated from loved ones, and I know that's affected you big style, Janice, with your daughter.
Yeah, so my daughter Libby's 19, and in January she went travelling into New Zealand with a friend, Chloe, and they were having a wonderful time, but when the coronavirus business hit, we tried to get her home, and we had a really difficult time. We had I think a total of 6 flights booked and fail, and yeah, quite an anxious time. And we still haven't got her home, so she is still in New Zealand, and we still have this massive separation, but she is now safe and with friends that we know and love. So yeah, it's been a big thing for us.
I know that you have faith in God. I know that you're a Christian. Has that helped you at all in this season? Yeah,
it's helped enormously. I mean, we have really felt God's provision as far as Libby's concerned. The friends she's staying with in Auckland are very good family friends. And that is a great comfort to us. But even just in little tiny ways, on the day when her last flight didn't happen, my friend who's a GP became unwell and had to take a coronavirus test. And if that had been positive, Libby wouldn't have been able to go to them. and just God's provision, God's timing. The test came back negative, but it came back negative the morning when her flight failed in the afternoon. And so as soon as that negative test came, they got Libby, they took her home, and they were with her. I think, honestly, though, what's really been the biggest part of my faith is that I feel my faith is a very real faith, and the God that I love and serve is happy and okay for me to be anxious and to be sad. And I haven't had to hide that. I haven't had to say, oh, it's all right, it's all in God's hands. I've been able to have moments of tearfulness and despair and still know it's in God's hands and that he is a loving father. So I've just really discovered a little bit more of just how expansive God is and how we can take stuff to him and he can hold us and the people we love in a very real way. And it's been palpable, I think. I have colleagues at work who also have people stuck abroad. We're all anxious, we're all frightened, but there's a different quality to the anxiousness, I think, when you have a God that you feel listens when you pray and can bring comfort. And sometimes that comfort and peace has just come in the most inexplicable ways.
Wonderful. We really appreciate you spending this time with us. And so thank you very much.
Okay, thank you guys.
Bye.
Yeah, so what we love about what Janice just shared was she is anxious and there is worry there, but she knows that God is with her and she knows that God is big enough to cope and to help her in these times. We just wanted to share with you a verse from the Bible that says, "Don't panic, I am with you. There's no need to fear, for I am your God. I'll give you strength, I'll help you. I'll hold you steady. Keep a firm grip on you." And we just wanted to ask you to discuss how are you feeling during this lockdown and during these times? And what does this verse say to you? So discuss that in your groups, and we'll be back next week with some more thoughts, a new guest, and more questions for you. But from all of us, goodbye and have a great week.
Goodbye.